Has anybody had an interest in doing some indoor gardening, but they never really felt they knew where to start or anything? Well, I can help you today by showing you how to grow a pretty simple, and you don't need very many supplies to grow a pineapple plant from a pineapple that you bought from the store. First, we'll start with things that you're going to need. You're going to need a clear plastic cup, obviously a pineapple. And one thing to note is when you're buying your pineapple from the store, you're going to want to look around to try to get one with the healthiest crown. In January in Iowa, your options are going to be very limited. It's be better to try to start this project in the summer. They'll have a lot healthier crowns, but I deal with this because it's January. Also, you're going to need a gardening pot and soil. So let's get started then. The first thing you're going to need to do is remove the crown from the pineapple. The best way to do this is to do it in a kind of twisting motion, and it will come right off like that. Then you're going to want to remove all the leaves about an inch up from the stem. I'm not going to do that right now because for presentation purposes it'll take way too long. And this is when you need your clear plastic cup. You're going to fill this with water, not too much because you don't want it to overflow. But you're then going to take the crown that you just removed from your pineapple, and you're going to need to submerge it in the water. You're probably going to need a little bit more. It's also going to work better when you take the stem off. You'll be able to get it submerged much better. And this will start the process of it growing. You're going to want to leave it in this container in a southward facing window. Southward because we are in the northern hemisphere here in Iowa, and that way it's going to be able to receive the most amount of sunlight every day. It's a full sun plant, so it needs a lot of sunlight, and indoors obviously because pineapples grow in a tropical climate and we do not have that in Iowa. You're going to place it there for about 2 weeks. Sometimes it'll take 3 weeks, and you'll be looking for roots that grow just like that on the pineapple. As you can see, they've come straight from the bottom of the crown there, and your pineapple will be ready to plant them. So after that, you're going to want to prepare your large gardening pot with soil. It doesn't necessarily matter what soil, but it is better if you get the correct amounts of alkalinity to acidity and stuff like that. And then obviously once you plant it, you are going to want to leave it on a southward facing windowsill again. And after quite a while, you'll notice your pineapples start growing, and this will be your finished product. To take care of this, there isn't a certain amount that you need to water it, but you do want to water it daily, as they do take a lot of water naturally, and you just give a splash like that. The best rule of thumb is to just make sure the soil is damp at all time. You don't want it to be flooded, but you also don't want it to be dry at any time. And that's pretty much it. Same thing. You're going to want to leave it on a southward facing window. If you take really good care of it, eventually it could grow a pineapple of its own in a couple of years. That would be very fun. But it can just be something fun to do, something fun to take care of if you want. I now have my evaluation, which is a quiz, very short quiz. Does anybody have any questions, comments, concerns?
How long have you had that one in that pot?
About 6 months. especially with your like evaluation sheet.
How long did you say it would take to actually grow a pineapple?
A couple of years is normally, 2 to 3 years is normally how long it'll take. And this one will also not grow like the pineapple I have there. It's not going to be able to grow that big of one. To get that big of ones, they'll actually take, that'll start like sprouting new plants, that plant there, and those will be ones that will produce much bigger pineapples. But that's also good because this is an indoor plant, as I said, and for it to produce a pineapple that big, it's going to be like 6 feet tall, 6 feet in diameter too, so obviously that's not going to work indoors. Please write your name